Quality is one of the most essential attributes which you would never want to compromise in any case. Putting the quality of a product or service at stake for short-term gains could line you up for some serious trouble in the long run, nullifying all your short-term gains and pushing you headfirst into the pit of substantial losses. Once you deliver a poor product or service to your customers, you would be inviting nothing but misfortune upon yourself. You will quite obviously lose out on the opportunity to do business with the said customers, as they would certainly reach out to another provider to attain satisfaction. This is quite fair if we think from the perspective or rationale of the consumer. We ourselves would never go for a product or service which would ferry us to the shores of dissatisfaction and disappointment. It would be an utter waste of money since it will not bring any value to us. Therefore, it is very essential to maintain quality and ensure that you are dealing with the high quality items in order to sustain your profits. I am Tony Tom, and in this session, we are going to throw some light onto the various aspects of quality management. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I want to request you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any new update or video releases from Great Learning. If you enjoy this video, show us some love and like this video. Knowledge increases by sharing, so make sure you share this video with your friends and colleagues. Make sure to comment on this video any queries or suggestions, and I will respond to your comments.
Hello friends, welcome to this course on quality management. So when we're talking about quality, some things which come to our mind is that the duration in which we'll be able to use that particular product, irrespective of which product we are actually trying to buy, which service which they're actually offering to us. So irrespective of all that thing, right? We'll be considering, is it worth? If you're actually paying some amount of money to buy that particular product, we'll be thinking, is it that worth? Is it worth spending this much amount of money in this particular product or in that particular service? So we'll be talking in terms of quality there. And whenever you are able to spend some amount of money, you are needing to get something out of that. You are needing to get some return for that investment for any product or service which you're actually needing. So that's exactly what we'll be able to understand by detailedly looking into quality management. For example, when you want to buy a phone, a laptop, or let it be any electronic items, or let it be any shoes or clothes or any favorite brand. So whenever you are having the need to buy that particular product, you will be having that particular favorite brand which you actually use and which you actually would like to use even now, right? So you actually own their product, and whenever you are in a position where to buy a new product on the same category, you are going to that same brand and you are actually having a favorite product of that particular brand. And how are you actually having that particular favorite brand tag to that particular brand? It is because you're actually having that particular brand as a favorite brand and you're actually liking their product. Maybe they're aesthetically feasible, they're actually updating up to the market trend, and people are actually liking it, and the comfort in which they gives you by owning that particular product is also actually very nice. And in such scenarios, you'll be actually liking that particular product and you'll be actually being in a position to spend some amount of money to own the particular product. And that is because that particular brand is maintaining a particular quality to their products which they are offering to you, right? If you're actually having a particular product which you own by paying some amount of money, and the next week or by the next month, that particular product is not in a condition which is to be used. In that particular scenario, will you be again going to that particular brand and buying their product? No, right? So that particular brand or that particular company will not be becoming your favorite brand. And in order to get that particular loyalty from your customers, you need to be providing quality items. Irrespective of which product you're actually selling to your customers, irrespective of all that thing, in whatever market you're selling, in whatever category are you falling under, you should be providing basic quality to your items which you're actually selling. Only then customers will be willing to pay for your items and also willing to avail your services which you are providing to them. And the one thing which actually the customers are looking at is nothing but quality and the service which you're actually providing to them by offering these particular products or services. So in order to maintain that quality, you need to be following certain things. And that's exactly what we'll be covering in this particular course. How to manage the quality and how to be sure that the products which you are actually delivering to your customers is of high quality. And the customer should be feeling that whatever amount they are paying for our products is worth spending this much amount on your particular product, right? And that's exactly what we'll be seeing. We'll be talking detailedly on quality management, how to maintain that particular quality to your products which you are offering to your customers. Let's move on to the agenda and see what are the various topics that we will be covering in this particular course on quality management. The first topic that we'll be covering in quality management is nothing but what is quality management. We should be understanding what exactly quality management is. Only then we'll be able to implement or follow or imbibe that particular thing in our workstation. So in order to implement that, we need to be firstly understanding what exactly is quality management. And that is exactly what we'll be looking at in the first topic, the very first topic in this course on quality management. That is nothing but what is quality management. And after covering this topic, we'll be moving on to understand benefits of quality management. Here, we'll be talking about the benefits. What are we getting in return by following quality management? What are the advantages? And by looking at the benefits and advantages of following quality management, we'll be coming to understand what is the need to implement quality management. What are the things that we are focusing on quality management, or why are we actually talking about quality management in the first place? So we'll be able to understand on all those aspects by covering this particular topic. That's nothing but benefits of quality management. Here we'll be completely talking about the advantages, the benefits, why do we actually need quality management and why do we need to implement quality management, and what are the benefits that we'll be getting by following quality management. And next, we'll be moving on to understand the principles of quality management. In quality management, as everywhere or any management process which is being taking place in any workstation, there will be certain principles that you need to be following in order to implement quality management in the most effective and efficient way. And here we'll be seeing that the various principles that are being employed to maintain and to manage the quality in the perfect way possible for us to get the maximum returns. And that is what we'll be looking in the third section. That is nothing but on principles of quality management. And right after completing on this module, we'll be moving on to understand the levels of quality. What are the various levels of quality? For example, if you go to any supermarket, you'll be seeing that this is first quality product, this is second quality product, this is third quality product, right? So in any sector, in any category which you're actually looking for, there will be various categories in terms of quality. So let it be a food item, let it be any clothing, let it be a shoes, let it be an electronic item. So based on whichever category, there will be certain levels of quality. And what are the various levels of quality which we are going to see? And that is what we will be seeing in this particular module on what are the various levels, that is on the levels of quality. And right after understanding the various levels, we'll be moving to understand quality management tasks. What is the task and responsibility which is held with you as part of quality management? And what are the various responsibilities which is actually given to you, which you are actually completely responsible for? And what are the various tasks? What are the things that should be maintaining, or what are the things that you should be following in order to maintain the quality which you are actually planning to attain by the end of this particular process or the manufacturing process, right? So that is what we'll be looking at, nothing but quality management tasks. And then we'll be finally moving on to our last topic for this course on quality management, which is nothing but quality to project life cycle. So every project, that will be any product or any service which you're offering, everything will be having its life cycle, right? It may be in the development stage, it may be in the research phase, let it be in the final stage as well. So irrespective of which stage it is in, we'll be having to need to make sure the quality is being enhanced and is being followed in each of the phases. Only then we'll be able to get maximum returns. And how are we able to implement that? That's exactly what we'll be seeing in our final topic. That is nothing but on the quality through project lifecycle. So these are the various topics which we will be covering in this particular course on quality management. And without wasting much time, let's get on to each of the topic one by one and look at or find out what are the things that we'll be able to imbibe from these things. Coming on to our very first topic on this course on quality management. What is quality management? As I said before implementing something, we should be having a thorough understanding on what are we actually implementing. Without having a complete clear clarity on what we are trying to implement, we'll not be able to implement whatever we are doing to the best way possible. Anyway, you're doing something. Why don't you do it in the right way? In order to make a particular thing done, you should be having the complete understanding on what exactly it does. So here, we are talking about quality management. How will we be able to implement quality management? So in order to achieve that, we should be first understanding what is quality management. And that's exactly what we are going to be dealing with right now. Quality management is the enactment of overseeing and controlling all activities to achieve the desired level of excellence. So as I said before, if you're doing something, you need to be making sure that whatever you're doing is done in the right way and in the most perfect way. Only then we'll be able to achieve the desired level of excellence. And what can be done to make sure that you're achieving the desired level of excellence? You are actually having all the steps and procedures and you should be following. How do you actually ensure that this is happening? And in order to do that, you should be actually enhancing the particular overseeing and also controlling strategies which you are following. So it is all about overseeing and controlling whatever is happening in your workstation. You should be actually overseeing what exactly is happening, and you should be controlling in which method is it happening and in what pace it is happening. And if there is anything which is to be controlled, you should be pitching in and you should be making necessary actions at the right time itself. Certain procedures and protocols are often followed to ensure that the quality which is assured is delivered in action. So by manufacturing a product and delivering it to our customers, we'll be saying that this is the best product, this product does this, and these are the basic advantages which we will be getting by following or by using this particular product or by availing our services. So we are actually promising or we are actually convincing our customers by saying all these soft words, right? But are we able to manage or are we able to achieve that? And are we actually continuously or constantly in that particular quality standards? And in order to achieve that, we should be following certain protocols or certain procedures or certain stages or certain steps to ensure that. And it is all about following these procedures and protocols to make sure that the quality which is of desired quality is being attained. So it is a mandatory to follow for all your actions, for all the procedures to be done in the particular order, in the particular sequence itself. Quality management team focuses on working together to improve the processes, the products, the services, and also on the culture of the organization as well. It's not just one thing that they are trying to improve. By following quality management, the team focuses on the complete aspects. Let it be in terms of the products which they are offering to your customers, or the services which the customers are availing from us, or on the processes which we are actually inculcating in the production process, or on all the such basis, we're actually stepping in and having a control or overseeing what exactly is going on. And the team also focuses on having a good culture within the organization. What is the work culture like? And how is the work culture working efficiently or effectively? Is there any scope for improvement? Or do we need to change basic things to ensure that the things can be attained in the most convenient and efficient way possible? So you should be doing all this analysis to ensure that it is working in the best way possible. So let it be in terms of the products, the services, the processes or the procedures which you're following, and even in terms of the work culture of the organization itself as a whole. Quality management would benefit in long-term perspective when you are able to continuously deliver your tasks in the most premium level of excellence. So if you're actually trying to focus on quality for a shorter period of time, and then you are like, okay, fine, I have got into the market, I have got a space in the market right now, and the particular customers are actually availing a product. And now it will be fine if I reduce the quality. It is not that case. And if you try to implement that, you will be failing in your business. It's not just about having that premium quality or high quality products offered to your customers in the initial phases. It's not just about that. It is about continuously delivering high quality products or the services or whichever business you are into. It is all about providing high quality products, right? So even if you try to reduce the quality, the people will be understanding that, okay, fine, this is not the quality which I used to get initially. And now I don't find this product comfortable, or I don't actually find this particular product worth investing or worth using. And then the customers will be moving to other competitors' products. And you don't want that to happen in any case. And what can be done to eliminate that? You need to be maintaining constant quality at whichever point of time, in whatever situations they're actually ordering for your product. They should be meeting, or they should be actually needing to suffice whatever they're actually requiring from your product. And that can be done only by maintaining the quality of your particular product. So, for example, if I'm taking the case of Japan, once Japan was considered to be an illiterate and their products and services which they were offering were of poor quality. Would you believe that right now? Because Japan is actually a highly developed country. And if you actually see the statement right now, you won't be believing it, I am sure. Because the kind of quality and the kind of technological enhancements and developments which are happening in Japan is very huge, and it is actually immense. And can you imagine such kind of Japan right now? But believe me, Japan was considered to be an illiterate and poor country which provides poor quality products and services. And then what they did is that they identified their flaws, they identified their weak points, and they tried to work on that, and they kept on improving. And it is just by improving and by accommodating various methodologies and strategies and studies and researches, they'll be able to get new products. And that is how Japan is the Japan you are actually seeing right now. And that is the kind of effort and the kind of result that we will be able to get by putting in such an effort. And Toyota is one of the organizations which actually came forward in the initial phases to adopt quality control and quality management in their production line. So before that, there was actually no particular department or segment which talks about quality management or quality control. And Toyota was the initial company which came forward to follow or to accompany or to imbibe quality into their picture, into their production line as well. Toyota adopted the processes of Kanban, JIT, Lean to make sure that they are working effectively and efficiently. So as I said before, Toyota is into car manufacturing, and whenever you're doing something, you should be doing it in the most best way possible, right? So that is exactly what Toyota also considered. They actually try to inculcate or to bring in new methodologies or strategies which would be bringing in them returns by working efficiently and effectively. So they brought in JIT. JIT is nothing but just in time, Kanban and Lean. Kanban is actually nothing but timely planning. So whenever some items are being replenished or it's being used, you need to be having a particular common sense to fill that particular thing right when it is replenished. You should be planning on that, right? Right planning. And that is all about Kanban. JIT is nothing but just in time, that you should not be ordering or overstocking items which is not actually relevant in order to have. So whenever you require it, you order, and whenever you are in a position to actually implement or use a particular item, that is the point of time you will be actually getting that particular item. So you need not be spending that particular amount of money on investing on these particular items and storing it. So that can be saved here. And Lean is nothing but making maximum out of the minimum, eliminating the waste as possible, and efficiently working without much wastage which is being occurring into your production line, and just by having minimal expenses to your organization. That is actually Lean approach in manufacturing processes. The ultimate goal of quality management is to ensure customer satisfaction through the process followed. So only by having customer satisfaction, we will be able to bring in sales. And only by bringing in sales, you will be able to have transaction made possible. You will be able to get revenue. And only by having revenue, you'll be able to get profit as well. So in order to get all these things, what is the basic element that you should be having? It is nothing but quality. People should be happy, they should be satisfied, and they should be willing to pay more for availing your services or the products which you are offering to them. And that is quality management is all about. So by now, we are having a complete clarity on what exactly is quality management. We are having no doubts or no questions pertaining to what is quality management, right? And now is the exact time for us to understand what are the benefits that we'll be able to gain by following quality management. What are the benefits? What are the advantages? And how are we able to benefit by following this? And regarding all those items, all the questions which you were having before on why should we implement or why should we follow quality management is going to be answered right now. So now coming to the benefits. These are the various benefits which I have put forward for you to understand that why is the need for you to follow quality management, which are builds reputation, eliminates costly mistakes, increases your productivity, enables risk forecasting, automates the workflow, provides timely action, produces high quality products and services, and finally enhances the customer service or customer satisfaction. So that is actually what are the basic advantages or the benefits need for you to why you should be implementing or following quality management. Let us understand on these benefits one by one to get a more clear clarity on these. So coming to building reputation. So as I said before, you will be having your favorite brand, right? So in order to own a shoes, buy a shoes, own a laptop, electronic devices, or let it be clothing, or let it be any stationery item which you would want to have in your home or to your workstation. So irrespective of all those things, you will be having a favorite brand depending on the category of the item which you are actually needing to buy, right? And how are you having this particular feeling or particular attraction to this particular brand? That is because the brand is having a reputation in the society. It is mainly because of the quality in which they are delivering their products to their customers, and also regarding the service which the customers are availing after getting their particular product. And that is why the reputation, the brand value, or the loyalty between the customers are also building up. And that is one main advantage or one main benefit that you will be able to gain by following quality management. That is nothing but you will be able to build the reputation, your brand's reputation, your company's reputation. And next ones would be eliminates costly mistakes. So as I said before, the production processes which are happening within your organization to your customers to make sure that the customers are being getting the final product in the most perfect way possible. And we are always promising them our products are the best. We'll be getting these many benefits by following or by using our products and our services, right? So in order to attain that particular or in order to keep that particular promise, we need to be maintaining that. Even a slight mistake in a production line can be causing huge mistakes or huge damages to our product. And if the customers are coming across to use such defected products, it will be affecting us. It will not just affect us in terms of money, but in terms of reputation, recognition, brand value, loyalty, and much more. So it is not just about money. It is about the recognition that your brand were having right now, the kind of reputation you built across over the time period, and the kind of value you created, the brand awareness, the brand value, your stock price, all can be affected, right? So such costly mistakes can be avoided by following quality management. Next comes increases the productivity. Since we're having a dedicated team to ensure quality management, at each stage, we'll be recognizing or we'll be analyzing the quality of the particular product in each stage or after the completion of each process. So here, we'll be having more increased productivity as well. The to and fro process of one product being defected and then trying to replace it, trying to rectify it, all such things can be neglected or can be eliminated. Whenever you come across one defected item, you will be able to completely analyze which all are the items which is defected, and then and there itself you will be able to identify and you will be able to rectify the production line, and you will be able to also eliminate the future process or the future works which is done on the particular product, because the product is already defected in the first stage, and what is the need for the particular product to move on to the next stages because it is already defected. And if it can be repaired, it needs to be addressed at that particular point itself. And that is also one advantage or one benefit that you will be able to get by following quality management which is nothing but increased productivity. The unwanted to and fro communication and motion of that particular product can be eliminated here. Next comes enables risk forecasting. So since we are actually surveying, which we are monitoring all the activities, all the processes which is being taking place in your organization. So since you are doing that particular survey and overseeing and controlling, we'll be able to analyze if something is going wrong. We'll be able to identify that at the particular point itself. Then we'll be able to identify, we'll be able to rectify, and we'll also be able to get significant symptoms if things are having a chance to go wrong. And if that is the case, we'll be informed. We'll be taking necessary actions or steps or precautions to make sure that such kinds of happenings can be avoided and will not be happening in future. So that is also one major advantage of following quality management, that if there is any risk which you can foresee, which is going to happen, you can eliminate that. You can forecast the risk and you'll be able to understand where is the risk happening, why is the risk pertaining, and what can be done in order to avoid that particular issue. Next comes automates workflow. By automating the workflow, we know that the machines will be taking over the place, right? It will be in their control. And machines will be providing, all the equipments, all the machinery will be providing increased accuracy and precision to our equipments or to our products which we are actually manufacturing. So all the items which we are producing will be intact, similar to the other one. And there will be no difference. It will be complete uniform between all the products, and there will be not even a slight change with one product to another. That is the kind of precision and accuracy that we'll be able to implement by implementing workforce or by implementing automation to our workflow. Then comes provides timely action. In the first slide itself, we saw that what is quality management? It is an enactment of overseeing and controlling, right? So we'll be overseeing each and every tasks and processes which are happening in our organization to produce the particular product or to make that particular service happen to our particular customers. And since we are overseeing and controlling, if there is any requirement, if there is any trouble, or if there is any timely action required, we are being in a position to enable that particular action to be done in the right particular point of time. There will be no delay. And in such situations where you are able to rectify the particular item, if you are able to address to that particular problem in the right time. If not, you might be needing to invest more amount of money. Maybe it is an irrecoverable loss. So all those things can be avoided by providing timely action. And by following all these things, it is so certain that we will be able to produce the products or the services to our customers with the high quality. And we have already promised to our customers that by following or by using our products or services, they'll be getting these many things. And by following quality management, we will be able to keep our promise. There will be no change to our promise or to our standards which we have kept. And by following all these things and by benefiting out of all these things, it is so certain that the kind of products and services which we are able to provide to our customers are of high quality. And by doing this, we are enhancing the customer satisfaction. The customers are happy to buy our product, own our product, use our product, and avail our services, whichever we are offering, in whichever sector, in whichever domain. If we are actually able to deliver our products or services to our customers in terms of high quality, the customers will be happy, they will be satisfied, and also they'll be coming back to our particular product even when they're actually owning our product. That is because they're actually loving our product. They know that if they invest this particular amount of money, they know that it is worth buying this particular product, right? And they'll be happy, and they know that just after buying this particular product, you don't need to look after anything. That particular thing which the product does will be done and will be dealt by that particular product. That is the kind of satisfaction you will be able to build within your customer base by following quality management. Now coming on to the principles of quality management. Irrespective of which kind of management process are you undergoing or are you taking care of, there will be certain principles that you must be knowing and you should be following in order to effectively and efficiently manage whatever you're doing, alright? So similar to that, here in quality management as well, you are having certain principles which is to be followed to make sure that you are managing the quality and you're maintaining the quality in the right way possible. So what are the various principles? Let us cover on that right now. So these are the various principles which I have put forward, which are engaging customers, attending customers, maintaining the relationship with the customers, leadership qualities, process approach, continuous improvement, and finally coming on to the most important one, that is nothing but decision making skill sets. So coming to engaging customers. So customers are our king and customers should be treated like our king, right? So that is the kind of approach that you should be having. We should be engaging our customers and we should be actually keeping them highly entertained and valued, and they should be actually feeling that value created with them by having the conversation built. And we should always be engaging with them to address their queries and concerns. Coming to attending customers. Customers can be visiting your stores physically or through your digital platforms or through your social media platforms or even through your websites, right? So these are the various ways in which customers will be able to come to you for help or for any purchase queries. And that is the time that you should be attending to your customers. What are the customer queries? What are the customers needing or requiring? What are the kind of applications or the services that we'll be able to provide to make the purchase possible? And what are the kind of feedbacks you are getting from your customers? All these things can be dealt with by following the criteria of attending customers. Next comes maintaining a relationship. It is always important to maintain a high quality relationship with your customers, because if you're not treating your customers well, the customers will not be treating your brand, your organization, or your company. And it is only through your customers, through your potential customers, and to your customers by who's adding value to your company, to your business, thereby enabling transactions, revenue generation, and also profit for your company, right? So you should be making sure that you are maintaining quality and good relationship with your customers, enabling them to know more about your products, know more about your services, and what is the kind of feedbacks you have been getting from your other customers, and how are you actually able to reciprocate that to another customer as well. And how are each customers different? What are the areas in which they are actually differing? All those things can be identified, maintained, and worked on to improve your business as well, and also to build a quality relationship as well. Next, coming to leadership. So leadership skills is all about managing everything effectively and taking responsibility to make sure that everything that must be taken care of is under control. And leadership enables you to make sure that everything which is to be done is done as well. And you should be making sure that the effective communication is being enabled, and all the aspects or all the tasks or all the procedures which is to be done are on time, are done on time, and also there is no more pending mistakes or there are no errors as well. And if you come across such situations, you should be identifying and you should be acting on time as well. Next comes process approach. What is the kind of approach that you should be having in order to maintain or in order to control or in order to manage quality or to provide high quality service to your customers? So you should be having a particular approach, right? So the approach would be simple as PDCA: plan, do, check, and act. You should be having a plan. Without planning, nothing would be possible. Failing to plan is planning to fail. So you should be having that particular thing in mind and enable or ensure that you have a plan, and accordingly you are actually making the action made possible. By doing it, you're implementing it. Plan and do. Without a plan, if you're doing something, you won't be getting what you actually require. So after planning, you should be doing it. You should be trying to implement whatever you need to be doing, and then you should be checking it. Was the way which you done perfect? Can you improve on the things which you have already done? What are things that you lacked while implementing that? And in how many effective ways are possible for you to improve that? And how effectively will you be able to improve? These are the various checklists that you should be having in order to check how you implemented the things according to your plan. And then coming to action. You should be taking action onto your doings, onto your plans, onto your checklists. So you should be acting on whatever you have done, whatever you can be doing, and the initiative is to be taken by that time to make sure that whatever you are doing for the future is being under control and there will be no scope for error, and all such circumstances or situations can be eliminated completely. Next comes to continuous improvement. We know that scope for improvement is always there no matter what. No one is perfect, no procedure is perfect, and nothing is perfect. Even if you think that this is perfect, there are even a slightest method or slightest step or slightest thing to be done to make it more clearer, more cleaner,
and more stable and more comfortable. So these are the various things that you will be able to implement by following continuous improvement. What are the strategies? What are the processes? What are the things that you would be doing? And how can that be improved? If you think that you are actually perfect and there is nothing to be improved, you are going to be out of business soon. Maybe right now you are in the perfect state, but as time progresses, the competitors will be working on their product. They'll be bringing in new features, new additional features, new speculations, and new specifications as well. So if you think that there is no scope for improvement and you're not upgrading your product, your competitors will be taking up the market and your business will be running out on loss. Next comes decision making. It is also very important for you to take decision, right? So there will be time where you are to be taking decision when required. A delay in the decision can cost you much. A wrong decision can cost even much worse things. And how can you make the decision properly? What are the things that you should be doing? You should be understanding. You should be doing the research. You should be studying based on the facts and figures, based on the data, maybe on the sales data, customer review, customer feedback, and all such data are there, right? So in the market, you will be having all the analysis, all the situations, all the papers, and all the research which is done. So by studying that, you should be taking an informed decision. So if you're not making an informed decision, you might be going wrong. These are all the things that you should be keeping in mind if you're managing the quality, which is the most important part that you should be concerned about in the production of any particular product, or even for the producing, or even to attain or to give a particular service to your particular customers as well. Now is the time to see on the levels of quality. What are the various levels of quality which is available to us? So for example, if you go to a supermarket, as I said before, you will be getting products from the same category on various levels of quality. Equality of first quality, second quality, third quality, or first grade, second grade, or third grade. So depending upon that, depending upon the quality of the same item can be classified. So what are the various levels in which we'll be able to categorize on the basis of quality? So that's exactly what we'll be looking at right now. So the various levels of quality which I have put forward in front of you are these three: acceptable quality level, appropriate quality level, and again coming to aspirational quality level. These are the three quality levels which I have put forward for you. Now coming to acceptable quality level. Acceptable quality level is the bare minimum quality level that you should be following or you should be maintaining. Below this standard of quality, you'll not be able to sell. You'll not be able to provide, or you'll not be able to address to your customers, because that is against the law. If you are doing so, then you will be under trouble. So in order to avoid that, it is always important for you to at least maintain the bare minimum level of quality, which is nothing but acceptable quality level. As the name suggests, it is just acceptable. It is just okay. Beyond that, if you're having a quality beyond that, well and good. You're always good to go. And coming to acceptable is nothing but it is just acceptable, bare minimum, and is a minimum level of expectations which the customer is actually asking for. And the customers are actually needing at least this much level of quality. That is the kind of approach, or that is the kind of level of quality which is being provided by acceptance quality level or acceptable quality level. Then comes appropriate quality level. Appropriate quality level is much more appropriate. That is the kind of quality which you should be aiming for. This is the average quality level that you should be focusing at in order to address to your customers, because this kind of level, this kind of quality level is what the customer are also expecting. And if you are able to provide at least this quality, the customer will be happy. At the same time, you will be able to generate business by providing at least this much quality. And this is what you should be aiming for. And here and there, if you actually, come down in a bit quality, you'll also be fine, because, you will be falling under acceptable and there will be no issue. And you are actually free to make that particular transaction made possible. But if you're following acceptable quality level, and if the quality is going a bit here and there, then you will be in trouble, because it is below the standardized quality level which is regulated by the bodies. So it is always good for you to follow at least appropriate quality level, so that you will be in the safer side. Customers will also be happy, and you will be able to address to your customers at least with the decent amount of quality, decent level of quality which the customers are also expecting out of, right? And now coming to aspirational quality level. As the name suggests,
aspiration quality level is something which we aspire for. This is for high quality, first grade quality, and this is the kind of quality which we will be providing for our premium products and for premium customers who will be able to budget or allocate or afford, right? So depending upon all these things, these are the various levels. And in aspiration quality level, the kind of amount which you need to be paying or the MRP for these particular items would also be going on high, because this is the first quality product or the aspiration quality level in which the customers are actually able to contribute or able to consume, which is being contributed to the customers by this particular company, and the customers are also being satisfied by using this particular product because it is of high quality. So these are the three various levels of quality which is available to us, which is nothing but acceptable quality, which is the bare minimum quality, appropriate quality level, which is nothing but the decent quality level the customers are actually looking forward for, right? And then comes aspirational quality level, wherein which they'll be providing the premium quality products, which is of first quality, and the pricing for such products will also be going high as well. Moving on to our next topic, which is nothing but quality management tasks. In order to get something done, we need to be performing on that. We need to be performing some actions, right, in order to get something done. It will not be happening on its own. We need to be performing. We need to be doing some things to get the things done in the proper way possible, right? So in order to get the particular thing done, we are held with some responsibilities and tasks to be maintained or to be done at the right point of time to make sure that something is being attained. So quality management needs to be implemented. In order to implement that, there are several tasks and responsibilities which are held with you. Here, in this module, we'll be looking at those tasks and responsibilities what you are able to fulfill or what you are supposed to be fulfilling to get that particular thing done. That is to maintain the minimum or the expected quality level on your products and on your services which you are offering to your customers. That's exactly what we'll be looking, and let's move on to understand what are these tasks. So the various tasks which I have put forward for you on quality management tasks are these, which is nothing but establishing sound hiring and training for your employees. Next would be carefully designing company's products and services. Next, creating a detailed problem solving plan. And the fourth, engaging checklists and charts to evaluate the performance. And finally, the last point, reviewing and revising processes to ensure quality is maintained throughout. So these are the 5 tasks or responsibilities that is going to be held with you if you are performing in this particular sector on quality management. Starting off with the first point, establishing sound hiring and training for your employees. So human resource itself is a quality, right? If you're actually able to manage your human resources, it is actually an asset for you. And if you're actually properly managing your asset, it is going to be building wealth. And if all these things are done in the right way, that is going to be beneficial for you in order to help you increase the quality of the production, quality of the productivity, and also the quality of the services which you will be able to offer to your customers. So in order to get that particular thing done or implemented, you need to be having sound employees and you need to be having the right hiring processes. And even after hiring, you should be training them in such a manner that they are molded to work in your firm in the right way or the expected way through which they should be working, right? So just by hiring the right persons will not be doing. You should be giving them the proper training so that they know absolutely what they're actually expected to do and how they'll be able to implement. There should not be no doubts or clarifications or confusions within the employees so that they'll be able to work efficiently and effectively for the success of the organization. Next would be carefully designing company's products and services. So irrespective of which business you're belonging to, if it's a product-based company or a service-based company, you should be carefully designing all the aspects. So what are the aspects which are coming into picture in order to get your business done, to implement your business, to make the transactions possible, to get the revenue and profit. So what are the various things which is to be implemented? You should be having all such plannings done. You should be designing every actions and procedures and steps which is going to be involved in your business directly or indirectly. So that is the next task, which is nothing but carefully design each and everything in order to get your products and services out to your customers in the best possible way. Next would be creating a detailed problem solving plan. It is very obvious that while you're running any organization or while you are into any organization as an employee, you will be facing a lot of challenges. So in order to overcome those challenges, you should be having a detailed problem solving plan. You should be having problem solving skill set itself. So only then you'll be able to analyze what the problem is, what is the root cause for the problem, how the problem can be solved, what are the next steps that we can be taking in order to rectify that problem, or how can we actually control or minimize the root cause of problem so that the business will not be getting affected by this issue. So that is also one thing, right? That is also one task which is held with you. You should be creating a problem solving plan, analyzing, understanding, implementing, finding the solutions or alternatives, and finding a way to implement that as well. Next would be engaging checklists and charts to evaluate the performance. It is always very necessary for you to evaluate your performance at each stage. If you're simply keeping on performing and performing and performing without any evaluation on how you're performing, you'll not be able to get any output. Maybe you are doing the wrong things. If you're not getting the good results by performing these tasks, you will be able to understand that there is some problem with the functioning or the operation which is being conducted by our organization. There needs to be something which is to be changed for the betterment of the organization and also for the business of the company. So what are those? That can be only attained or achieved, or you can grasp all those items only by evaluating the performance which you're actually conducting, which you're actually going through, which you're actually able to achieve, right? So evaluation. That evaluation is also one important task. Finding where you stand, finding where you should be going, and what is the gap like. How can you bridge the gap between your current situation and your future situation where you're aspiring to be? So that can be done or that can be implemented only by knowing where you stand. And that can be done or that can be analyzed by knowing the performance, analyzing your performance. That is also one important task which is going to be held with you in quality management. And finally, coming to reviewing and revising processes to ensure quality is maintained throughout. Right? You should be revising and you should be reviewing what are the things happening. There's always scope for improvement. Even if you think that this is the optimal or the ideal level of performance for your organization to effectively and efficiently work, that is wrong. Because there's always scope for improvement. The technology is getting advanced. The people are getting adapted to even complex situations. And even your competing organizations are working very hard to grab a new level of excellence, right? So you should also be looking at that. You should also be looking for improvements. Where can be improved? What are the areas you should be improving? What are the areas you are lagging behind? And how can that be improved? A research and study and a team specifically for that should be employed to understand what are the areas you should be improving and how can that be done and how effectively and efficiently can that be done. So these are the various tasks and responsibilities which you should be going through or which you should be addressing to in quality management to ensure or maintain the desired level of excellence to your products or to your services which you're offering to your customers. Moving on to our final topic for this course on quality management, quality through project lifecycle. So we know that quality is something that you should be maintaining throughout all the phases of the particular product or the service which you are availing to your customers. It is not something that you should be focusing on in the initial phase or you should be focusing on in the final phase of the product. And it is also nothing but you should be continuously evaluating and maintaining and properly managing and overseeing and controlling all the necessary actions or all the necessary procedures or processes which is being conducted to make that particular raw material into a final product which is to be delivered to your valuable customers. And all those processes which are included in the manufacturing process should be maintained or should be actually exceeding the level of expected quality level. So how can that be done? And through various life cycle of a project, right? So that is exactly what we'll be covering here. So here, the 5 key factors which I have put forward are quality planning, quality assurance, reviews, quality control, and also regarding continuous improvement. So these are the 5 key points that we'll be talking on this particular topic on quality through project lifecycle. Coming to quality planning. which is the first key factor which is coming in quality through project lifecycle. So here in quality planning, it's all about determining the organization's quality protocol which is to be followed in a business. So while you are conducting or while you're running a business, you'll be having certain scenarios in your mind, right? How things should be done, how things should be implemented, how can this particular product or business be made a success, right? So you will be having that particular plan and you'll be working according to the plan. Like that, you'll be having plan for the quality of your product which you're delivering to your customers as well. And we will be documenting or we'll be making the protocol or we'll be making the procedures that needs to be followed in the planning so that the particular expected quality level is being achieved by the end of the day when you're actually manufacturing or getting the product out to be delivered to your customers. Quality planning ensures to meet the stakeholders' expectations in terms of quality of the products or the services which they are offering. So we are having stakeholders as we are having it everywhere, right? We'll be having certain persons who are responsible for these particular items and from whom we should be getting the approval. So it is all about meeting that particular quality which is being expected out of by all these stakeholders. So we should be able to achieve those kind of excellence. Only then we'll be able to excel and develop in our business in the market. So in order to achieve that, the stakeholders will also be maintaining a particular document where they are actually needing to meet their expectations in terms of quality. And we should be getting their approval to get this particular thing going forward to meet the particular quality standards which the company is actually promising, which is to be delivered to their audience or customers. It also gives weightage to the success criteria of a product. How can a product be a success? What determines the product success? And how well will you be able to define success as well? So success will be different for different products. Maybe the volume would be different. Maybe the net transactions amount would be different. And the kind of approaches or usages would also be different depending upon the product. So in order to define success for any product would be different. So based on the product or the area in which you are working on, in the domain which you're working on, success would be different, right? So you should be actually maintaining a clear plan to define success for your product as well. Quality planning is not only looking at its internal quality standards, but also on governments and other regulatory authorities' official norms as well. Especially when you're into food industry or any safety industry, you should be undergoing severe processes in order to get their approval to make sure that whatever things you are implementing or giving or making it as a product to your customers in the market, you should be making sure it is meeting the quality standards. And within the organization itself, you'll be having certain quality standards which is to be followed, which will keep you out or make you stand out from your competitors. Apart from that, there are other authorities, government bodies, and also officials who actually are needing to get the approval from, right? We should be getting the approval from all these categories and authorities so that only by having their clearance, sanctions, and approvals, we'll be able to make the transactions or we'll be able to make even a single sale possible in the market. So we need to be having or we need to be fulfilling all those criteria as well. Quality planning also encompasses on the documentation of the processes and the procedures to be followed in action for the implementation. So all these actions, all these procedures, processes which you are going through to make your product out should be documented. Only then the employees or the people who are actually working for you will be knowing what is to be done, how it is done, and when it is to be done, and what are the ways or what are the ingredients or what are the methodologies that they are to be following while making the particular product out to the market. So you should be actually making a manual, a documentation, or any document which suffices or which includes all these things, which makes everything very clear to each and every one to make sure that this is the kind of procedure which you are following and it is uniform throughout. Maybe one person is actually following this procedure and the other person is following next procedure which is completely different from one another. And if your company is working based on shifts, the kind of output you will be getting would be different, and that should not be happening. And that can be made sure only by having these kind of process, procedures and operations or functionalities which is being happening in your organization documented. So that is also important. And these are all the various aspects and functionalities that will be going into picture in quality planning. Coming to the next one, which is quality assurance. So as I said before, while we are actually manufacturing or producing a product or making a service which is to be availed by a customer, we are making a promise to them. These are the qualities, these are the benefits, and these are the returns that you will be getting out of by the investments you are making to avail the service or to own the particular product. And by doing so, we should be maintaining the quality as well. And that's exactly what we are trying to control here in quality assurance. Quality assurance provides assurance stating whether the project is degrading or progressing according to the formulated plans. So in quality planning, we already saw regarding the planning which is to be done or which are done in quality planning to maintain or to ensure that the quality is maintained throughout. In quality assurance, we are actually reassuring that that particular formulated plans are actually being implemented into picture. And simply by having a plan will not be making the particular quality to the higher standard, right? So just by having the plan is not just enough. You should be working according to the plan. In quality assurance, we make sure that this is happening or the actual actions are being implemented according to the plan. That is what we are trying to focus in quality assurance. Here, we document the feedback and drawbacks and the learnings so that we'll be able to improve the next time. So that we'll be able to rectify all the drawbacks, all the demerits, all the feedbacks. We'll be able to group all those things together to the betterment next time. Next time, whenever we are actually trying to implement what we're actually implementing, we're having experience, we're having feedbacks, and we're actually having inputs or suggestions from the feedbacks which we actually got. And thereby, we'll be able to increase our productivity, increase our quality, and also ensure that the things are working even more better right now. That is also one thing that we'll be able to get here. We will be documenting all the feedbacks, all the drawbacks, and all the learnings which we got, and we'll be working on that to rectify that, and we'll be implementing things in a much more better way. Here, we identify the areas of improvement and also tries to find the business opportunities by looking into the market and their competitors. So here, we'll be trying to find out all the business opportunities that we'll be able to get into picture. What are the projects which our competitors are working on? What is the market going like? What is the actual trend like in the market? And what are the things our customers are actually requiring or needing in the present day? And are we able to address to their concerns or what they're actually requiring? And that is exactly what we'll be doing here as well. In terms of quality, in terms of the product, in terms of the service, and all the aspects we'll be covering here. Whether we are actually updated. Are we actually currently updated with the time and also with the speculations and the specifications which our competitors are providing to their customers? And then quality assurance is employed throughout the project, and it is not just confined to just one phase, not in the beginning phase or in the end phase or in the intermediate phase. It is actually being implemented throughout the life cycle of the particular product to make sure that quality is maintained at each and every stage or each and every process and each and every stage it is being covered to. So a product is not just made just by undergoing one particular step, right? Maybe it is washed, it is processed, it is actually kept for some time, and then it goes to the another step or the stage 2. So in order to get that particular thing done, each and every stage we need to be evaluating. We need to be making sure there is no defect or damage which is being occurred to the particular product. So we should be maintaining and assuring that there is no damage. This particular product is actually well to go to the next stage. And all these things will be maintained and should be looked into in quality assurance so that the complete product which we are actually getting in the end of the day are actually in the best quality in which we'll be able to deliver to our customers to make sure that we are actually meeting or exceeding the level of expected quality level which are actually had in mind. And that is also something which we'll be looking into. And quality is actually something, but it is something which is going to create value for you. And that is exactly what we are trying to implement by following these many steps. The next would be reviews. All progress are assessed here in the review. So we should be knowing where are we going. So we are actually having a plan in quality planning, right? And we are trying to follow the plan and we are trying to implement the things according to the plan which we are having. So just by following that, we need not be actually getting to what we actually require, right? or where we actually need to be getting to. So in order to get that particular thing done in the right way, we need to be having reviews done. We need to be assessing us in each of the stages to make sure that wherever we are going are in the right direction. In review, we rate the performance of the product in various conditions to ensure the quality of the product. So you might be thinking the particular product is to be performing in various conditions, maybe in high temperature, maybe in low temperature, maybe it should be run for a longer period of time, maybe it should be running for continuously for around 10 to 12 hours. So in such cases, the product should not be failing. It should not be failing to perform to its best, right? So we should be performing the tasks done in various conditions, maybe in terms of temperature, maybe in terms of humidity, maybe in terms of any other parameter, maybe in terms of the working hours of the particular product continuously for a period of time. Let it be on different categories or different parameters. We should be considering all the parameters and we should be making sure that the product or the item is not failing in such conditions. And that is how we'll also be enabled to increase the quality of our product which we are trying to deliver to our customers. Review helps us to analyze the product in terms of its performance and allows us to accommodate necessary changes to the process involved in its creation. Isn't that true? It is, because it is helping us to review and also accommodate the necessary changes which is required to improve the quality of the particular product. Without review, we will not be knowing whether the product is going in the right direction. Is it meeting the expected quality or excellence in which we are actually desiring to achieve at the end of the day before giving it to our customers? So are we achieving that level of excellence? And if not, what are the necessary changes that we will be able to accommodate so that we'll be reaching that particular mark of excellence, so that the customers will be happy, we'll be happy, and the customers will be happy to spend money on our product, and also we'll be able to get more number of transactions to our particular product. And that's exactly we are getting benefited by following reviews. Reviews help in rectifying all the troubleshoots before reaching to the customers, which would be obviously creating a bad experience. Isn't it? If you're buying a product and if you find out that the product is faulty and you're not able to use that product in the right way possible, and you're the customer who bought the particular product giving the amount of money which they had asked for, and after spending a lot of money on a particular product, and if you're not able to make use of the particular product to the best possible way, then you won't be happy and you wouldn't be satisfied, and you will be raising complaints against that particular brand on this particular product, and you will never be coming back to this particular brand in order to achieve or in order to buy any of their products. If they're providing a better service or better solution for that particular thing, that is a different case. But even then, there is an issue coming up, right? You should be eliminating all such instances from happening so that no such experiences are to be experienced by any customers. That is one thing we need to be making it very clear. Further proceedings are done only on the basis of review, which is done on the performance of the product. So after review only, we'll be validating the product. We'll be considering whether this is okay to go, whether some things need to be accommodated to ensure the quality is matched with what we are expecting out of. And if not, we should be processing and we should be making all the necessary changes as well. So only after this particular review is done, it is moved on to the next process or next stage to which it is being processed, or the kind of working and kind of proceedings should be done. Without review and without getting the approval, the product or the item will not be going to the next stage. That is the kind of effort, and that is the kind of effort that we need to be putting in to make sure that the quality is maintained before delivering it to our customers. Now moving on to quality control. In quality control, we verify whether the deliverables are up to the expectations in terms of quality. So we know that by delivering a particular product, we'll be promising our customers that by owning this particular product, they'll be getting this many benefits, and this is the kind of quality that they are being assured to get by buying our product. And we are also having certain plans in order to make the quality perfect and also to make sure the quality is maintained throughout. The stakeholders who are involved in the production process and also on the planning process are actually staying behind to make sure the quality is maintained. And that is exactly what we are trying to control here. That is nothing but quality control. Supervision, inspection,
testing, and quality measurements are done to verify whether the quality of the deliverable items are meeting the expectations or the minimum level of requirement which we actually plan for. Several supervisions, inspections, testing, and other related tasks and techniques are being employed here to make sure that the minimum or the required level of excellence or quality is maintained. We supervise, we make sure that everything is being conducted in the right way, the processes are done in the right way. We inspect all the items in each of the stages to make sure that the product which is coming out after completing the processes in each of the stages are in the right condition. And we also test those items using various equipments and techniques to make sure that there is no quality defect and also any damages which is being incurring to the particular product in any of the processes. This is done to make sure the quality is maintained and also to make sure that the product is not failing in any conditions in various of temperature, humidity, and also various other parameters as well. So we'll be looking into all such matters in quality control. Quality control techniques are employed will be varying based on the nature of your business and also on what kind of service are you trying to avail to your customers. And that is very obvious, right? Because the kind of treatments and the kind of techniques and the kind of approaches that you need to be implementing to different products will be differing. For example, if you try to judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, you are using the wrong parameter. So here, in quality control as well, depending upon the category in which the product is belonging to, only then we'll be able to judge a product, the quality, and also on its performance. So depending upon the category in which it is falling under, it will be done on that. So depending upon all those quality, the quality control measures and techniques will be varying based on that. Two kinds of inspections that can be imparted in quality control are the stage inspection and also process inspection. In stage inspection, what we do is, after completing each and every stage, so we'll be knowing that one particular product will not be manufactured or will not be becoming an end product by just undergoing one process, right? Or it will be moving on through several stages of processes, right? Maybe stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and simultaneously some things will be happening here and there, and it is based on these many several stages which is being undergoing, and this is how that particular product is coming out as a complete product. And here in stage inspection, what we do is, after the particular product is coming out of each of the stages, we inspect that. We make sure that the complete product which is coming out after the completion of the process in each of the stages are well and good, and there is no error or there is no mistake or there is no damage which is being incurred to any of the products. If so, that product needs to be replaced and new product needs to be put in. And if you're working on that particular product which is damaged to the other stages as well, we are making a loss on that, right? Because we are working, we are spending time, we are spending space for that particular product which is damaged, and we'll not be able to bring in money through that particular damaged item. And that is what we'll be able to achieve by following stage inspection. Now coming to process inspection. Process inspection is actually nothing but there will be certain rules, procedures, and protocols which is to be followed to make sure the quality of that particular product is maintained. So in process inspection, we verify whether the processes which are being taking place in the workstation are in the right manner. Maybe even a slight change in the process can be affecting the quality of the particular product to a large extent. And in order to avoid that, we'll be able to implement process inspection as well. Scatter chart, histogram, run chart, Pareto chart, control chart are the various charts that can be used to ensure the quality. These are the various tools which helps us to know, analyze, and also to make sure the quality is being maintained as we planned for. And that is exactly what we will be able to achieve by implementing quality control. Finally, coming to our last one, continuous improvement. It is actually self-explanatory, right? We don't need to be mentioning or detailedly describing about continuous improvement because we always try to improve from what we were today. So whatever are the qualities and the abilities or our strengths which we possess today, we always try to improve that, right? We want to be better day by day. As time progresses, we want to be better and good at what we do, or best at what we do. So that is exactly what we are trying to implement here as well in continuous improvement. Continuous improvement focuses on managing the production process in an even more efficient and effective way than it is currently done. So anyway, a methodology is being followed
for the production process to happen so that we are able to build the particular item efficiently and effectively, and we are getting output from that. But that is not it. We always have scope for improvement, and we need to be implying on that. We need to be focusing on what are the weaknesses which we are having right now. What are the things we could have improved, and how can we improve? What are the things that is to be followed to maintain more quality, to ensure that you're continuously improving? Here, we try to eliminate the errors and the rework which are done or which are occurring during the production process. It is very obvious that there will be certain damages, there will be certain errors, there will be certain deformalities which are occurring while the production process is being carried out, right? So it is very obvious. Here, we try to eliminate or minimize that. So if you're having errors which is being absorbed to all the other components as well, then there will be no use of that particular product or that particular process being implemented to generate that particular product, right? So the reworks will be going on, and to and fro motions of that particular product will be carried out to make sure that the particular product is coming out well. So that can be avoided. All such errors and mistakes can be eliminated so that reworks can be eliminated and completely avoided so that you can save on money, time, and investments as well. Continuous improvement tries to find out the root cause of the problem and then find to rectify those errors. So it is always that kind of approach that you need to be implying so that you will be able to know what is the root cause and what is actually making the particular trouble, and how can we actually come out of that particular situation to make sure that the quality is being maintained and whatever we are doing is in the best way possible till date. Lean, Six Sigma, Kaizen, Kanban, Poke-Yoke, Jidoka are the various approaches used to ensure the right quality is maintained throughout the process. So these are the various methodologies that is being imparted by various eminent organizations. So it is not something which I have put forward for you. It is something which is being followed by all the organization, by most of the eminent organization in their production process. For example, Lean. Lean is actually nothing but eliminating the wastage, getting maximum out of the inputs we are giving in. All the wastages can be eliminated, and whatever we are giving in for the production process, we are making maximum out of that. That is Lean. Coming to Six Sigma. Six Sigma is all about identifying the problem, identify the cause of the problem, and also defining how we'll be able to address or how we'll be able to rectify those things and move forward to make sure that everything is being running in the right way possible. And coming to Kaizen. Kaizen is all about continuous improvement. And as the name suggests, this is a topic for us, continuous improvement. And that is exactly what Kaizen is. Continuous improvement or change for better. Kanban. Kanban is actually nothing but timely planning. If you're actually using some particular things in your inventory and if you're running out of that, you should be replacing or you should be refilling that particular thing in your inventory, right? So that is actually what Kanban is trying to achieve. So whatever we are using and whatever which is being consumed, we are trying to replace that. So whenever we require that for the next time, we are already having it and we don't need to search for that particular item. Poke-Yoke. Poke-Yoke is mistake proofing or error prevention. Here, what we try to implement is that if we are actually coming across any errors to any of the product, we try to identify that in the first stage itself, so that the particular item which is damaged is not moving on to the next stage, maybe stage 2, stage 3 or stage 4. So if you're doing that, we are having a loss on the time, space, money, effort and all those things, right? At that particular point of time, if we had kept an item which is of high quality, then we could have been able to get a completely done item, a completely finished item by the end of the process. But since you're not finding the mistake or finding the error in that particular item, we'll be finding out only in the end and we'll not be able to make the purchase or make the transaction possible for that particular item. And that is exactly what Poke-Yoke is trying to eliminate. We are trying to find the mistake, error proofing or mistake proofing, and make sure that the mistakes which are being occurring are being identified and eliminated at that point of time itself. And Jidoka is actually nothing but intelligent automation. We know that technology is growing rapidly day by day, and implying technology and using technology to our advantage is going to be very beneficial for us. The accuracy, precision, and all the quality in which we'll be able to maintain by implementing intelligent automation is also going to be benefiting in our quality, which we will be able to maintain to our products, which is to be delivered to our customers, our valuable and loyal customers. By now, we have completed all the topics we had planned to cover in this particular course on quality management. So what exactly did we cover in this particular course, right? So we started off by understanding what exactly is quality management. So without understanding quality management, we'll not be able to implement quality management in the right way. So in order to get that particular thing done, we started off by understanding what exactly is quality management. After understanding that, we went on to understand what are the benefits of following quality management. What are we gaining, or what are the advantages that we are getting by following quality management? Thereby, we will be understanding what is the need for us to implement quality management in whatever we are doing. Then we went on to understand the various principles of quality management. So if you're implementing something, it is obvious that there will be some principles to be followed while you're implementing it, right? So in quality management, we talked about several principles like attending your customers, getting their feedback, maintaining a good relationship with your customers, and several other factors as well. Then we went on to understand the various levels of quality. What are the various levels? In the supermarket, we'll be able to get different quality products, right? First grade, second grade, third grade. And similar to that, we talked about 3 quality levels here. We talked about acceptable level, appropriate level, and also aspirational level. Acceptable level being the minimum bare expected level. Appropriate level, which is nothing but the average expected quality by the customers in the market. And aspiration quality will be high standard quality, which would be expected by the customers for the premium products. And then we went on to understand various quality management tasks that you need to be following. What are the tasks or responsibilities that is going to be held with you while you're managing or maintaining or trying to maintain the quality of whatever you are trying to do? The tasks would be including hiring the right persons, having a good human resource, and giving a proper training for them so that they'll be understanding what is expected out of them and how will they be able to deliver their kind of responsibilities and tasks which are assigned to them. And the other tasks would be making a clear clarity design on how to implement, making a protocol and having a procedural structure in order to implement so that the employees in your organization would be knowing what is to be done. So these are among the various tasks or responsibilities which are entitled to you in quality management. Then we went on to understand quality management through project life cycle. So quality is to be maintained throughout the life cycle of a particular product or the service which you are availing to your customers. So there we talked about 5 sets: quality planning, quality control, reviews, quality assurance, and also on continuous improvement. So these are the various topics that we covered in part of quality management. And I hope that you have had a fun and informative session with me on quality management. Thank you.
If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I want to request you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any new update or video releases from Great Learning. If you enjoyed this video, show us some love and like this video. Knowledge increases by sharing, so make sure you share this video with your friends and colleagues. Make sure to comment on this video any queries or suggestions, and I will respond to your comments.